Hello. Nice to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Tap the screen, press the like, press the follow button. Thank you. Today, we are talking about the manifestation and the why just trusting the universe doesn't always work. And if you're watching the replay, please put hashtag replay. Thank you guys so much. Sorry. I have a ton of things going on right now. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Today we're going to be talking about why just trusting the universe doesn't always work. All right. Why does just trusting the universe doesn't always work? All right, let's see if we can go live on LinkedIn right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Please put hashtag replay. Please put hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. All right, so let's talk. Well, we need to talk about spiritual bypassing first of all, because there's a lot of it in the spiritual world. All right, so we need to talk about spiritual bypassing, like going in and not doing the work, the shadow work aspect of all of these things that come with things like manifestation, right? Right? All of these things that we do, which is affirmations, I am affirmations, all of that stuff. There's an art to it. I'm not gonna blame anybody that does all of this stuff. I'm certainly not going to blame anybody that does any of this, really. Please keep doing it because there is like some truth to all of it. But what I don't see a lot of people doing is actually embodying, doing the embodiment work, okay? And again, if you are tuning in, please put hashtag replay. Thank you guys so much. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hello. Nice to see everybody here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So, why just trust the universe doesn't pay the bills? It's spiritual bypassing. That's what it is. It's spiritual bypassing for I'm afraid of my own worth. And self-worth is something that I had to go through, okay? This is my own journey that I absolutely had to go through. And I had to dive deep into my own trust issues with things like money and switch the whole belief system around in order to make real money. And this is how I do it. One, I traded affirmations, those I am affirmations, for real prices. Now, did I leave the affirmations in place? No, it's actually a big part of my morning routine. Those affirmations, Neville Goddard, affirmations. I listen to, if you're on YouTube, I listen to those affirmations on YouTube every single morning. I don't dismiss those. But what I do dismiss is people just doing that. It's not just that, it's a whole process. So I traded in affirmations, those affirmations for prices. I set a revenue goal and then reverse engineer it to the offers I need to hit it, right? So I always do this by writing a number out, putting it under my pillow, and saying, this is what the number I want to hit. So I also say, universe, show me the way, but I also do aligned action too. I was like, here's what I'm doing. Money comes in from everywhere. I'm doing aligned action here. I'm doing aligned action there. I'm doing aligned action here, and I'm doing aligned action there. One time I got $100, just from selling a piece of furniture on Facebook Marketplace one time. You know what I mean? Like that's how money came in. It doesn't have to always come from the place that you want it to, as long as you do. And here's the thing: if I didn't do that, that $100 wouldn't have come in that way. It may have come in some other way, but it wouldn't have come in that way. But I allowed that, right? I allowed that. So replace that with, it's meant to be, with I make it mean me. Okay? Channel. The next thing I want you to do is channel. Channel and don't wait. Ask for signs, then take them. This is the biggest step that I had to take. There was all sorts of signs telling me not to go a certain direction, and I was continuing to go a certain direction thinking that that was the way. That was a way to do things. That was a way to make money. That was a way to do all this. No, no, no. I had to listen to the universe. If something wasn't working for you, I couldn't keep doing it. Right? If something's not working for you, you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't keep doing it. And it scared me, you guys. It scared me so much. It it scared me so much. And I was like, why am I doing it like this? Why shouldn't I do it like this? Why should I do it like, why can't I do it like this? Why can't I have both? Right? But that's not what the universe was telling me. That's not what the universe was telling me. The universe wasn't telling me that. Right? The universe was not telling me that. Right? And I had to use, I had to ask for signs, right? And then I had to use I'm guided to. If you feel called to, if you feel guided to pitch, to post, and launch your services, that is the language I use. And here's the thing, language is everything, and that's what I tell people as well. Language is everything. Language is everything. And if you're using language, whether it's in your marketing, whether it's in your branding, whether it's in your everyday life, you have to look at how you are talking to yourself versus how you are reacting and how you are holding space for yourself when in regards to things like your manifestations, especially your manifestations around things like money. Hi Fazolo. Hi Barthy. Hello, how are you? Hi, Hendrix. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see everybody here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Um, and another thing I wanted to add here is that, you know, being in that space for things like money, for things like, you know, being in that space for money, being in that space for things like money, you have to be in the frequency for it. And I know that's such a woo woo thing to say, right? Oh my gosh, Supriya, why are you so woo woo? Why are you so. Like, I know what y'all say, like, oh, this girl's too woo woo for me. First of all, if I'm too woo woo for you, we're probably not going to work out. Just. Just so we're aware, you're probably not my client. But it's really not. There is science behind this, right? There is lots of science behind what I'm saying right here. Using language, using things like language, it's frequency. It is a frequency. Language is a frequency. Language is like all that stuff. Like, you know, constantly telling yourself, I'm broke AF, I'm broke AF, I'm broke AF. What are you going to do? You're going to attract broke AF, right? But if you say, I am abundant AF, I'm abundant AF, I'm abundant AF every day, you would bring more abundance. So it's all about how you are packaging yourself, right? Charge for your scars. And I know that might sound icky to some people, but packaging your wisdom for your deepest wounds is a premium offer. Please start doing that. Like, I literally, in my private one-on-one program, which is my highest level program, I tell people, this is how it works at the Lumina Alchemy. Which that's the name of my business, by the way. It's the Lumina Alchemy. this is how it works. All right? This is how it works with the Lumina Alchemy. I am going to work with you privately, one on one. We're going to go through it. I'm going to clear you. I'm going to see what's going on. I'm going to heal. I'm going to do all of these things to alchemize with you. Work through each one of your chakras for 3 months and literally change the entire course of what you see your life is going on. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. I think I've worked with every single client has been an entrepreneur except for one. And that was my first client I've had. And she just moved. She ended up moving across the country and got away from her narcissistic ex-husband and abusive narcissistic ex-husband, and still credits me for the work. I mean, I've gotten acknowledged in books. I have manifested tens of thousands of dollars with the client. I've helped one person reach 10,000 to 20,000 new followers and subscribers, new views, sorry, and reached thousands of subscribers on YouTube before overnight by doing stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like, and this is because I have been through it. I've gone to hell and back and hell and back and hell and back. And like, that's the thing that people, I'm not sure if people really realize. Hi, Amy, how are you? Thank you for liking and subscribing. Appreciate you. And as light workers, we do go through hell and back a lot. I have not met a single light worker that hasn't gone through the deepest parts of hell. I have not met a single one that hasn't gone through that. But that's what we do as light workers and as mystics, people who have really gone through it. We have done that. We have done that work, and we're here to help people. We're here to help people alchemize and transmute that energy, transmute that shadow aspect of ourselves, so we don't keep cycling through all of these events in our lives, so we don't keep attracting that narcissist, so we don't keep going back to that job that was so toxic, so we don't keep going back to those same clients, right? We want to break that cycle. We want to break that cycle. And I do that, and I am doing that through these lower chakras. Right? Healing generational trauma around wealth, that is one of the very first steps. Like, recognizing your own generational trauma around wealth is one of the other biggest aspects too. Ooh, sorry. So, what I want to ask you is, how does money show up in your life? How does money show up in your life? What are your current beliefs around money? Right? What are your current beliefs around money? And why do you believe those beliefs are there? A lot of us pick up on things, right? A lot of us pick up on things from our childhood, from our traumas, from all of these things that get embedded. These things get embedded into our chakras, our wounds. And then we wonder why we can't manifest. We wonder why we can't, do all these things. And here's the thing, I went through this pretty recently as well, as recently as 6 months ago. Like, an old trigger happened that I thought that I healed. That I thought I healed. I just realized my banner was on. That I thought I healed. That I thought I cleared, and then it was totally reopened. It was totally reopened, and I went back to square one. I literally had to go back to square one because I didn't go deep enough into my shadow work. I didn't go deep enough into my inner child wounds. I didn't go deep enough at all. And that's what sucked. It sucked a lot. And because I didn't do that, I had to do all of that. I had to do that all over again, right? Yeah, it's deep stuff, and this is what my free masterclass around. It's called Rooted in Wealth. My free masterclass on November 29th at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time is all about being rooted in your. Is all about rooted in wealth. It's all about clearing generational trauma around your wealth, around money, and clearing that block around money. Okay? And I'm going to show you techniques. I'm actually going to lead you into meditation. Um, I'm going to lead you into meditation, and I'm going to help you clear all that. I'm going to help you identify all those things and then help you clear all that and lead you in meditation, go through some exercises, some somatic healing as well, some somatic work as well, and really help you shake all that out. Shaking it out. Like honestly, a lot of stuff gets stuck in the root. A lot of stuff gets stuck in the root, and a lot of people don't know that you can just move around, ground yourself in the earth, help you like release that tension. So I'm going to show you how to do that in my masterclass, Rooted in Wealth. It's going to be next Saturday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm teaching it live. Okay, I'm teaching it live. It's not a pre-recorded masterclass. And I'm going to lead you all through that. So if you're interested, the link to register is in the description box below, in the caption description box below. Please register. I would love to have you. Love to have you. And there is, yes, I am going to be selling the replay too. So if you want it, I'll be selling if you want the replay, I'll be selling the replay. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. And yeah, I will see you next time. We're going to be talking more about the generational aspect, the trauma aspect, what you may have heard, how that gets embedded in you, and essentially rewiring it. So that you can manifest real abundance into your chakras and embed that into your chakras, which by the way I do help people do. When you do a Reiki session with me, if you do a soul line chakra session with me, a 90-minute soul line chakra session with me, I help you do that. I actually shift you and rewire you, and all that. I shift you, and then I clear you, I shift, and then I help you manifest, and then I embed codes and stuff in your chakras as well. So if you want to do that with me, that is not. It's a 90-minute session. It's a 90-minute session. I clear you, and then I coach you through those. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Comment soul aligned if you're interested. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. That's all I have for you. I'm going to be doing my live show tomorrow. My live show is going to be tomorrow for 2 hours. So I'll be on for 2 hours. I'm doing channel messages and chakra readings. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Thank you. Mwah. Bye.